Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. Alright, so Tidal Basin. This update has been out over the weekend, and I feel like this has been enough time. I feel like this has been enough time to where I can give you guys my opinion about it, let you guys know how I'm feeling about this newest update. And I have to say, at least for right now, if you look on Reddit, you are going to see a lot of unhappy people. I know a lot of people are kind of saying, you know, don't be negative about this, try to stay positive, look at the good things that Massive and Ubisoft have done with the Division 2. And for this video, I just want to give you guys my opinion. I want to give you guys my opinion about what I think about this, good or bad. Now, again, I will say this as well. I've really been enjoying the Division 2, so any criticism that I have about this game, please don't take it in the wrong way. I've been having a lot of fun in the Division 2. I think it's a really good game. I think the very beginning of the Division 2 being released, I think it had a really solid release. A lot of great things when this game first released. However, at least with this update, I'm not really, I don't know, I'm still enjoying the game. However, the things that they've changed, things that they added, are just not my thing, and I really do look forward to hopefully some fixes later on in the future. So first off, let's go into this real quick. The cosmetics, I want to go into the good things. So first off, the cosmetic stuff, the mask, and all the different things you can actually unlock with your playtime, actually just playing through the game. It's actually, I have to give it props, really good. I'm really happy that the cosmetics in this game is not something to where it's behind a paywall. Yes, you can pay for it. I think it's like $1 a thing. I mean, I think if there's over like 30 items, it's going to cost you $30 to buy all the items. However, if you actually put in the time to play this game, you unlock everything that actually is in the apparel cosmetic stuff for this event. It actually ends, I think, on May 2nd. So again, to Massive, I think it's great. I think this is the way that cosmetics should be done in games. If companies are going to be, you know, throwing cosmetics at you, I think that it should be an easier grind to be able to unlock everything if you're one of those types of players that actually want to unlock everything. So again, really happy. Thank you, Massive. This is, again, for any company out there that's wanting to know how to do cosmetics, this is how you do cosmetics. Alright, Tidal Basin, I'll at least say for the Stronghold, I've actually enjoyed it. I know there are a lot of people out there that have all different types of opinions about the Tidal Basin Stronghold, but I actually really enjoyed it. There's different mechanics that you have to do in order to actually complete the Stronghold, you know, the different mechanics as you're making your way through the Stronghold, and I actually really thought it did a great job. I thought they did a great job by adding, you know, certain things you have to do in order to complete, to move on to the next area, to make things, you know, different obstacles in the way. I did think that was really cool. So overall, at least with the miniature mission that you actually have before you can actually do the Stronghold Tidal Basin, I thought that was really interesting. It actually kind of, my little theory of, you know, who's the bad guy is going to be for the DLC and stuff like that, it came true. So I won't ruin the story if you have not done that miniature mission yet before you've done the Stronghold. But again, I really do think that that part of the story, like that type of stuff, should be fleshed out. However, with the Stronghold, really enjoyed it, so props. I want to give you guys some credit where credit is due. Alright, so now let's get into some of the things that I've kind of written down, things I'm seeing as issues, either looking on Reddit or getting other people's perspectives, whether that be YouTube videos or getting perspectives of players that I'm playing with and friends. I want to give you guys my opinion about what I think about this update and some of the problems that it has brought. And I really do hope to see some changes, because I think with this update, I think one thing is for sure is that we definitely do need some type of a pre-test, being able to try this stuff out before it gets released to us as players, and a lot of people kind of having some negative things to say about it. So first off, we'll start with, I know there's no special ammo being dropped right now. I know that's an issue that Massive is looking into. It's one of the first things I wrote down, just because it's definitely been one thing that I have actually seen as a problem as playing through all this stuff, as well as too, I've been seeing a lot of things on Reddit. I think it was the first day that this thing got released and the update got pushed. One of the things is that special ammo not being dropped. So hopefully later on with this update, we actually see something fixed to that. Alright, one of the major things that was changed that I do not care for whatsoever, and that is weapon mods. The greatest thing about weapon mods, in my opinion, when before this update, was the things that you can wager back and forth, the tug of war with your weapon, and being able to customize it to the way that you want to. And some things have benefits and some things have negatives, and that is negotiating with yourself on what type of things you would like to see increased on your weapon, and what some things you have to mitigate, and actually have that little chess match for yourself on what you want out of your weapon. And the mods, at least the weapon mods before the update, was a great way. Hey, I want 15% increased damage to elite. Yeah, I'll take some stability decrease, but to me, I thought 15% was really great, and I can actually manage the stability of my weapon. So stuff like that was really good. I really enjoyed that aspect. With this update, I don't enjoy it whatsoever, because it takes away that management. It takes away that part of me where I want to manage, what I can, adding more, damage, or adding more accuracy, and trying to take away and manage the decrease that I'm getting, or increased ammo count, for decreased loading time, stuff like that. And I'm really sad that the 30 round magazine is gone, and I'll kind of get into this later on. But yeah, to me, I don't know who was out there that was complaining about the system that was before this update. Apparently, I'm assuming players that did not like to manage, different things with the mods. I really do hope that the mods come back to the way they were before this update. For right now, the weapon mods right now are just goofy, and I cannot believe that was a change to it. Chem Launcher. Chem Launcher, I know, is a thing, at least on PC, that a lot of players are liking the change to what it is on PC right now. Post-update for consoles. Oh my god, this is the worst way to use a chem launcher. I don't even use it anymore. I do not use it on Xbox. It is really, really bad. I really hope later on there is an option where you can actually change it back to what it originally was. But right now, it is super clunky. There's too many steps that you have to do in order to actually use the chem launcher if you're wanting to heal somebody or even heal yourself, double tapping. That kind of stuff I do not think about in the heat of the moment in combat. I just want a one button push and be happy with that. So hopefully later on, Massive changes that to where you can actually select which one you want. I prefer the chem launcher before this update. All right, let's talk about gear. The one thing that was just crazy to me. So we had several weeks, a month and a half of grinding World Tier 4. We got our best set armor, gear pieces, and whatnot, and we were having a great time. Being really powerful, before this update. Once this update hit, you go into World Tier 5. Oh my God, your gear score, your gear setup does not mean a damn thing, and it definitely sucks being able to play as 450 and trying to work your way up to 500, which again, the grind is there. You definitely have a great grind from 450 to 500. However, unlike in World Tier 4 where 450 was the max, you maxed out at 450, everything dropped at 450, so instead of managing gear score, you were more or less managing the attributes, everything that you wanted for not only your gear, but your weapons, and that was the only thing you were managing. However, in World Tier 5, you're not only managing that, but you're also managing your gear score and trying to get your gear score up. To me, I don't know how much gear score actually plays into World Tier 5. Again, I think me and other players and whatnot don't deal enough damage whatsoever and get dealt a lot of damage from the NPCs. So to me, really, I would love to see the same implementation that World Tier 4 had into World Tier 5, where everything drops at 500. It drops higher than what you are. That way you're always leveling up, especially for me, somebody that does not have all the time in the world to play this game. I play it when I'm off work. And it's great that I always know that no matter what game mode I'm playing, whatever I'm at, I'm actually earning stuff higher than what I have right now, and then I only have to manage my attributes and talents and whatnot for my weapons and for my gear. So that's one thing I really hope to see later on in an update, to where you actually have gear that's dropping at your level or higher, instead of having gear that just drops at, below your level and you do not want to pick it up. You don't want to have anything to do with it. And I think that's just one thing. It's just if I see anything below 500, unless it has some amazing talents, I just either walk past it or immediately junk it and sell it. So I really do hope to see the same thing that we had in World Tier 4, where 450 was the highest, and everything that dropped, if you were that level, dropped at that or higher. I want to see that in World Tier 5, because it definitely made things a little bit more enjoyable and easier to manage, I guess, as somebody that is between a casual and somebody that grinds a lot in this game. Right now, if you guys don't know, dailies and weeklies are not a thing. I don't know if there was a glitch or whatnot or a cheat where players could actually, you know, keep duplicating the weeklies and dailies over and over to get stuff. I really wish I would have known that beforehand to actually get my specialization points. But right now, no dailies and weeklies are up. And there really is no reward whatsoever for doing, you know, a hard mission, heroic missions, challenge missions. Gear sets are really hard to come by for some reason. I know it's only, you know, fighting Black Tusk gives you this stuff, and for, you know, the gear sets being like the supposedly, you know, top tier stuff, to me, one, it's really hard to get. It's really difficult for me to actually grind up to get some of this stuff. I have ongoing directive, which I'll get into this real quick. So the gear sets right now are just absolutely dookie. They are terrible. I don't know why in the world they are so weak. I really do hope to see some updates later in the future where gear sets are something to where it's worthwhile to go after. You can actually go and watch several videos out there of different YouTubers where they try out the gear set and they're like, hey, I don't know what it is, but this gear set is terrible. It is just nothing to where, you know, pretty much the YouTube videos out there telling people don't even worry about grinding for this stuff because the high-end stuff that you already have that have talents, that have different attributes, that have more things than the gear sets have right now, the high-end tier stuff is better to grind after and go after than the gear sets. So in my opinion, that's a really big disappointer. That really is, because I was really looking forward to actually grinding and getting these gear sets and rocking them out in the different missions and whatnot, but for how weak they are, the talents that they have, the different attributes that they have for, you know, getting 5 and 6 piece is pretty weak, and I'm very disappointed in that because at least in the Division 1 with the gear sets that you had, they were really powerful and they were really great to grind after and work towards unlocking and using with your character and going into different missions, and it sucks right now that is not the case. So I do look forward to in the future that gear sets will be updated, because right now there is no point whatsoever in grinding for them because, one, it's hard to grind for them, it's hard to unlock them, and two, they are not worthwhile whatsoever. Alright, okay, so this is the one thing, again, I think I've talked about this earlier in other videos, but again, in World Tier 5, it is definitely showing to me that the NPCs deal out way too much damage, and us as players have little. I mean, like, you can have over 200,000 armor, but again, in this game, armor to me means nothing, means absolutely nothing. You can have 180,000 or you can have 250,000 armor. You are going to be interacted the exact same way with the NPCs because of how much damage they dealt. I mean, hell, Warhounds were one-shotting me and I was at 225,000 armor. So to me, armor still means nothing to me. I don't know what in the world the stat is because it doesn't, to me, in my personal opinion, armor doesn't mean anything. It's a number right there that doesn't mean a thing. So hopefully later on in the future, either NPCs take a giant hit or our armor gets increased, or even us as players. I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like I'm not really dealing enough damage. Unless I get the perfect rolls, the perfect talents, and the perfect guns right now that deal the most DPS, I really do feel like before I got those guns, I wasn't making a lick of damage whatsoever into any of the NPCs because of how much armor they have, how much health they have, and then how much damage they deal to me. So again, I really do look forward to Massive at least making a change to some of the NPCs. Oh my god, I don't know if anybody else is having the same struggle that I am having with some of these NPCs for how much damage they deal, how much health they have, how much damage I deal, which is barely anything, even though I'm really trying to top out my my armor, my damage, as well as my skill to be an overall balanced person. Oh my god, I just can't stand it. I really can't. I just, you know, you want to be this super soldier. You want to be this agent that goes in there and is able to defeat all of these, you know, NPCs, all these bad guys. But really, even on hard and challenging, not even talking about heroic, hard and challenging, you will get one-shotted. You will get destroyed in this game just because of how crazy the NPCs are in this game. So I really do hope that we get some changes to that later on in the future. All right, last thing I want to talk about is skills. Skills and then skill mods. Dude, skills still do not, they don't do anything. In my opinion, I think Division 1 did skills a lot better than the way that Division 2 does it. I mean, kind of going with the gear sets as well. I mean, there's some attributes on the gear sets where, you know, depending on how many hits you get on somebody, it decreases your skill cooldown, but if your skill is not in cooldown, it doesn't mean a damn thing, because the way that skills work right now is that they don't go into cooldown until after they're done being used. In the Division 1, they were immediately on cooldown as soon as they were deployed, so it was kind of a nice thing to be able to use your skills over and over and over again in the Division 1. In the Division 2, you don't really get that, you don't really get that treatment, which is just a pain in the butt, because, you know, one of the good things about this game is the skills. You want to use the skills, whether that be damage dealing or healing. You want to use your skills consistently, and for some reason in this game, Massive decided that not to do it the way the Division 1 did it. So to me, in my opinion, skills are still really not really that great. The skill mods, being able to okay, so you're decreasing how much skill is required to use some of these mods, and I get that. However, you are decreasing as well the attributes of these mods. I will tell you right now, I had a 160% radius on my chem launcher. I think it got dropped down to like 40%. To me, that is a huge hit. Like, good lord, are you kidding me? That much of a drop from something that I really looked forward to using because you were decreasing the skill requirement, but then just get kicked in the nuts with the drop in the percentage of what that can do. To me, it was just kind of a big letdown. So I don't know. I really do want to see skills, you know, make a re-emergence in this game. I really do feel like right now skills don't mean a damn thing. If you can deal out a lot of damage, that is the best thing in the world for this game. If you can deal out as much damage as possible. However, Massive also did that as well. They decrease headshot damage and crit chance and damage. And dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. In my opinion, this update broke a lot more things than it fixed. I think this game was really great when it first came out. I'm going to still continue to play this game. I got 4+ days into this game. So, again, really been enjoying the game. However, with this update, it's definitely getting under my skin. So I just wanted to give you guys my opinion. I wanted to give you guys my opinion on those certain topics. I would love to know from you guys. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this update? And what do you guys think about the topics I actually talked about in this video? I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's quite long, so I apologize about that. But if you guys are still here, I thank you. I really do appreciate the support you guys have given me. Have a great rest of the day, guys, and I will see you guys all next time.